golf on Off the Ball.
In association with the KPMG Women's Irish Open.
So day one of the KPMG Women's Irish Open has come to a close, and when you look down the leaderboard, the first name you're always going to go looking for is Leona Maguire. And you don't have to look for too long because she is right there, just 2 shots off the lead after the first day. Aisling O'Reilly has been down at Dromoland Castle all afternoon for us. Good evening, Aisling.
Yes, Nathan, how are you? It's stunning here. I don't know if you can see behind me, but the sun is out.
Ah, fantastic. When I was playing yesterday in the Pro-Am, Laura Beveridge, who I was playing with, who's playing very well, but it's got to be said, Aisling, with the helpful hints that myself and Adrian Barry gave her. She was very concerned. She was out at 8:30 this morning, that the weather forecast was pretty horrific. It looks, and the bits I've seen, it looked like a pretty nice day down in Dromoland.
Yeah, it absolutely did lash this morning. So I did worry this morning when I looked out the window that it was going to be delayed or worse. But thankfully, about 12 p.m. then it brightened up considerably. And it was just in time for Leona Mcguire, who teed off at about 5-1. So I'm sure she was absolutely delighted that she didn't have that earlier tee time today, especially. At the moment, it's Lena Buckfist and Alexander Swain who are in the lead, 7 under with a score of 65. 9 birdies out there today from Lena and 8 for Alexandra, so really impressive stuff because it is a tricky course. I know you might know all about that, Nathan, and it's England's Annabelle Dimmock and Clara Spilkova from Czech Republic and Annalise Caudel of France. They're all in tie position, and as you said, it's Ireland's Leona Maguire currently sitting in 5th position, 2 shots off the lead.
So around a 67 for Leona Mcguire, by far and away the highest ranked player in the field. She had 7 birdies in that round of 67. You've been talking to her, Aisling. Let's hear from Leona Mcguire.
Leona, you're just off the course. How are you feeling? 5 under at the minute, a score of 67. You're in a good place in the first day?
Yeah, nice. Always nice to start off with a good round and got a few birdies out there. Made a few silly mistakes on the front nine, but overall pretty happy with my round.
On the first tee, it was a double bogey is what it came up for us, but then it was actually changed to a bogey in the end. Did you hear anything about that, or did you see anything along the way?
No, I mean, golf's hard enough without none more shots, so no, I mean, I didn't look at any leaderboards, I didn't look at anything all day, so I was just trying to shoot as low as I possibly could.
Yeah, you seem to really find your rhythm, especially maybe after the 10th hole. It was really solid, and you had 3 birdies then in the end.
Yeah, nice to finish with three in the last 4. There's some good chances sort of there on the last few holes, so you really want to take advantage of them and some good momentum heading into tomorrow.
And how did you find the course? Were there holes in particular that were a bit tricky?
Yeah, I think the front nine was playing a touch trickier there sort of at the start. The 4 and 5 are probably 2 of the harder holes on the course, but no, I mean, there's a good mix of holes out there. There's some good chances which you have to take, and then there's a few trickier ones that pars a good score.
And the sun is beaming down at the minute. I know that helps that it wasn't lashing rain. I know it was this morning, but it cleared up just in time for when you teed off at about 5-1.
Yeah, I know, we were blessed. It got a little windy and a little gusty, which made it a little bit tricky around by the lake and stuff, but no, I mean, this is summer in Ireland in September, so we couldn't really ask for much more.
And talk to me about the crowd that followed you around the whole day. There was, I think, over 1,000 people that followed you around. It was just incredible to see.
Yeah, quite a bit more people I thought than there would be today, especially for a Thursday, so nice to see everybody out, and nice to have a few birdies for them to sort of entertain them a little bit.
You're feeling good going into the second day. What's the plan this evening? Will you do any putting or is it just rest?
Go to the range, had a couple of drives, didn't quite drive as well as I would have liked today, and bed early and up early again tomorrow.
Really strong finish from Leona Mcguire with those 3 birdies in the final 4 holes. I'd imagine there was a huge crowd out following her.
Yeah, it was incredible, Nathan. There was over 1,000 people, I would say, if not more, and it was for the whole day.
We seem to have lost Aisling. Sorry, Aisling, you just broke up there for a minute.
Oh, sorry, Nathan, can you hear me now?
Yeah, back loud. The Wi-Fi in Clare is just not good enough, is it?
It's just not good enough, no. It doesn't help that I'm just literally outside the press box. I didn't want to be interrupting. But yeah, no, she did. She finished really strongly, getting that birdie on the 18th. And it was the crowds that followed her around today. It was something else. I was just saying there was probably over 1,000 people, if not more, that followed her from the start to the end today. And she was quite surprised there was that many people out, as she said, for a Thursday. So it was really incredible stuff. And I think, the crowds are only going to get bigger as we go into the weekend too.
You did a really good panel yesterday with Katrina Matthew and Leona Mcguire. Katrina Matthew, the defending champion 10 years on. Like, it's hard to believe it's a decade since there was a Women's Irish Open, and it's such a shame that it has been 10 years. So it's important, as much as it's a great sporting event, that the crowds get behind it, that there is a buzz and an interest, so that this is sustained over the next few years. And I always think back to a Men's Irish Open at Carton House with all the billboards outside of Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry and Padraig Carrington, Graham McDowell, and they all missed the cut. And it sort of fell a little bit flat for the weekend. So for Leona Maguire to be there, just a couple of shots off the lead, sets it up very nicely for the next 3 days. And I'm sure the organisers are thanking their lucky stars that not only has she turned up to play, but she is turning up to perform.
Yeah, there was definitely a few cheers here in the press box, that's for sure, just when we heard she was doing so well. And it's great as well, just for even the Irish amateurs that are out here, like getting this opportunity. Like, I spoke to a few of them today, and one in particular, Marina, Joyce Moreno, she got a hole-in-one today. She started on the 10th hole and she got a hole-in-one on the 13th. It was a par 3, and it was just incredible stuff. She's 16 years of age, so, you know, she is one to watch for the future, that's for sure. And, you know, getting those opportunities, like Leona talked about it yesterday, that she had these opportunities 10, 11, 12 years ago when she played. And, you know, that was everything for her to go on and push on, playing with the professionals. Another one of the amateurs that I would have spoke to today, an Irish international, she's 24 years of age, a local school teacher here in Ennis, and she's a member of Dromoland Castle. It was 18 Walsh.
18, you're just off the course. How did you find it playing out there in your first Irish Open?
Very nervous. I was very nervous for the front nine, which was the back nine, but then I kind of settled into it in the back nine, and I enjoyed it as much as I could. It was nice. Obviously there was loads of home crowds out. My family and stuff were down to watch, so that was nice. That definitely made it a little bit easier on the nerves.
Absolutely, and there was a lot of cheers around as well for you. That was nice to see.
Especially on the last hole, finally got a birdie.
And yeah, exactly, you birdied the last and you're 1 under at the minute, so it's a nice place to be going into the second day.
Exactly, and I'm pretty happy with how I played. Like, I gave myself loads of chances, just a few putts that didn't go in, but that's just golf. Hopefully they'll go in tomorrow.
Exactly, and what holes were probably the trickiest ones for you?
Well, I always find the first and second are quite difficult holes, especially starting out. Like, if you're starting on the first hole, that's quite difficult. And then 8, and then like the back 9, there's probably more chances that you can kind of go for birdie and stuff like that. I suppose I'm lucky because I know that, obviously being a local member, I have all that knowledge.
That's what I was going to say. Obviously you're a member here in Dromoland Castle, so I was thinking you might have that little bit of edge, because people do say it's a bit of a tricky course. So with that experience, did that stand to you today?
I think so. Like, I know like where not to miss and where it's okay to miss and stuff like that. So probably that knowledge did definitely stand to me. Like, I play here a good bit and do a good bit of practice here, so yeah, bit of home advantage.
And you said about the nerves, so obviously this is a little bit different than probably what you're used to. There's big crowds here, they're following you around, they're seeing how you're doing. I suppose that anticipation is there to know how you're going to get on as well, and as you said, that nerves. How do you deal with all of that? And
yeah, even for me, like, if I'm thinking about my score, like in any competition I don't really do well, like if I'm constantly thinking, oh, I'm 1 under now, so I'm always like, I'll play in threes. That helps. So like, I play 1, 2, 3 and see how I get on, and then just coming back to like routines and stuff, keeping it as simple as possible, and kind of saying that it's okay if you follow your routine here. If it doesn't go in, it's okay. Just going a bit easier on myself, really.
And you're an amateur playing alongside professionals. How's that?
Yeah, like, I had a really good draw today, obviously playing with Caroline, former Salem Cup player, so that was really cool. And Manon as well, who's doing really well this year, had a great win a few weeks ago in Bangkok, so they were really nice to play with, and they were chatting away and stuff, which that actually helped my nerves as well, I think.
Oh, big time. And how important is it for the likes of you to have the Women's Irish Open?
Oh, I think it's brilliant. And even for, like, there's 6 amateurs here, and like Olivia is only 14. Like, you know, she's so young, and if she does want to turn professional, it's an option now, whereas maybe it wasn't that like much of an option before because it wasn't here, obviously. So she can look at it, and if it is something she wants to do, she can. And it's the same for any other girl that's coming up in their teenagers, or even kids, like if they like golf, that they can stick at it, and this is an option for them in the future.
Oh, it's brilliant to see. And you're actually balancing being a teacher alongside playing your golf too?
Yeah, so I'm a teacher in Ennis. I'm teaching in Skull Cruiser in Ennis, so I had to get the week off this week. They were grand with it. But I enjoy balancing. I actually I can't imagine doing golf full time. Like, I would imagine it's consuming as it is being an amateur, but being a professional, I'd say it kind of takes over your life, obviously. So I really enjoy going into school where nobody cares if I shot 71 or whatever.
Do the kids know about you? Do they know that you play golf?
Some of the teachers tell them, and one of them texted me last night joking, being like, oh, I'll have to put it on RTE for the kids, like in school. And I was like, oh yeah, that'll waste an hour, alright. But I don't know that I have much interest. Some of them would, some that like golf would have an interest, but some of them might.
And I see some of your family have been hanging around here. It's obviously a big occasion for them as well.
Yeah, exactly. They're out to watch. They don't get to see me play very often. I played in Galgorm last year, another pro event, and they came up to watch. And I'd say that's my second time. The second time my mother see me play it. They don't come very often, so it's nice for them. And they came to the pro-am yesterday, and that was great fun as well.
Brilliant. And what's the plan now this evening? Will you do any more golf, any more putting, anything like that, or is it just a rest time now to look ahead tomorrow?
I'll go get some lunch. I might do a little bit of putting, and then it's a lot of rest because it's a long week. It's kind of our Irish coach always says it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you need to take it easy. So definitely plenty of rest this evening.
So, Aideen Walsh there, listen, that would be an even more popular winner, I suspect, than Leona Mcguire in local circles as a member in Dromoland. And Leona touched on it yesterday that, listen, as great as it is that the Irish Open is back this week, like the Irish players unfortunately haven't kicked on over the last decade, with the exception of Leona Maguire, and she's really hoping that a return of an Irish Open will bring that next generation to a whole other level. So looking at those Irish scores, it is Leona Maguire, Aideen Walsh, who we've heard from. It is set up pretty nicely then for the next 3 days.
It absolutely is. Yeah, Aideen is 1 under par at the minute, a score of 71. So she's definitely had a good first day. I actually was speaking to her mum just afterwards, and she said that the first day is always her slowest day. So we're hoping for big things over the next couple of days. But yeah, definitely going to be keeping eyes on Leona. A great start, and yeah, the Irish are definitely in contention.
All right, great stuff, Aisling. We'll talk to you over the course of the weekend.
Thanks, Nathan.
Aisling O'Reilly there from Dromoland Castle live, where all our golfing off the ball is in association with the KPMG Women's Irish Open.